welcome back again. Damien Todovic here from the Entertainment Network, bringing you another Dawn of War Soulstorm replay, and of course it's going to be on the Doom Spiral map, so it just happens to be the map that I happened to play straight after that other Doom Spiral map, so what the hell, I thought I'd just do the commentaries in order as well. So we've got top right versus the bottom left team. Top right team consists of Lost 69 as the tower, which I'm sure will be a pleasure to fight against, and E4, C5, which I think is a reference to chess perhaps, playing as the Dark Elder. Bottom left team consists of DHC Dason playing as the Orcs, and myself, Light 2009, also playing as the Orcs. So I'm thinking I most likely just selected a random random race, and this is what happens to pop up. And as myself, got let's see, 3 squads of Slugger Boys coming in, and also Gretchen Infiltration. Early Big Mech coming in, so yeah, looks like I'll be focusing on a bit more of a melee build, at least to begin with. And yeah, also sending in my Sluggers, I think just to scout out what the hell's actually happening, to see who we're up against on this particular side of the map and all that. And my ally is doing a pretty similar thing. It's getting, except he's going for a bit more of a shooter-based build, so going for Shooter Boys, Sluggers, and there we go. There's the second Slugger Boy squad. He should have Big Mech coming out as well, and a bit more delayed compared to mine. But what the hell? And well, basically getting stuck straight into doing a bit of harassment there. Unfortunately, yeah, Orcs. If they, well, the thing with Mandrakes in general, should I say, is that if the Orc player is going to be ignoring them and letting the Mandrakes deal damage, they can really do quite a bit of damage because they're basically glass cannons. Of course, when you start focusing on the Mandrakes, then things get a bit easier. But what can you do? In the case, yeah, we do have our Sluggers trying to attack a, well, actually trying to attack a Plasma Generator. Thankfully, I noticed that Snare Trap managed to take it out just a time, but yeah, unfortunately, all my Sluggers basically being... Actually, no, they're still alive, but yeah, basically me reinforcing as frantically as possible. Very unfortunate for me. Managing to take the, or rather to start capturing the middle though. Oh no, never mind, that's actually the stealth suit capturing the middle, not bad. And as for my Big Mech, I've got no idea where he is. That's Dason's Big Mech. I don't see where mine is though, it's rather strange. And wow, my Slugger Boy is still continuing to fight. Oh, there we go, here's my Big Mech, finally coming into to reinforce the Sluggers. Looks like I've decided to keep him separate from the Sluggers, using the Sluggers to chase his fire squads around, and using my Big Mech on the Tower Commander. Ouch, gotta watch out for that Snare Trap. Thankfully I'm managing to pull back my guys to take it out, although I should have just pulled back the Big Mech to do it, but oh well, what can you do? And am I going to teleport them? No? Wow, that was rather bizarre. Interesting. Thankfully my ally does seem to be having a bit of an easier time chasing around these warriors, and Hermoculus coming out there to do a bit of damage though. He's going to have to watch out for that, and yes, I'm just going to have to retreat though. At least I might be able to take out the stealth suit if my opponent is not paying attention, and hopefully if I'm paying attention, yep, getting into melee against him, and he's going to get taken out before my ally can react. Perfect. Get a nice little sync kill there as well. Perfect. Of course, now I've got Fire Warriors and the Tower Commander on my doorstep to deal with, which kind of sucks. And I don't really seem to have too much... interesting, too much range stuff to deal with either. And there we go, my opponent's being very thoughtful this, putting down a Snare Trap beforehand. And we're basically forcing all of my guys into... basically got into going slow motion there. Really should have sent some... well, I've actually got another Slugger Boy squad coming out. I really should have got some Shooter Boys to actually do some damage while my Sluggers are chasing around. What can you do? At least, yeah, Dason forcing the Mandrakes to dance around, and yeah, forcing them to retreat. I haven't even upgraded my listening post, but yeah, as you can see, they're still going to retreat. So I guess Thingamajingy E4, C5 doesn't want to risk too much with them, and yeah, as you can see, certainly quite a bit of back and forth action happening here. My opponent on the top there is really doing a hell of a job pressuring me continually, and yeah, also laying those Snare Traps down. I don't see any Snare Traps at the moment though, but it'll probably be just a matter of time before he decides to lay them down. As for myself, yeah, I've only got Slugger Boys to use. Thankfully, I do decide to eventually go with a Shooter Boy squad, and wow, that's a nice move by Dason, actually did capturing his listening post before Oh, never mind. Oh, that was very bad though. Hesitating on his behalf though, and yeah, it looks like the Mandrakes have got poison blades as well. In my opinion, if Dyson kept his troops on that not listening post, on that strategic point, he probably would have been able to decap it. But yeah, going back and forth like that. The problem is though, the second you step off trying to decap an enemy's flag points, we're basically what the. Interesting. Okay, I think I see that snare trap. Ah, there we go, set it off. So there we go. Being a little bit more careful, losing crap loads of slugger boys, but managing to keep the shooter boys back in the fray. And wow, Big Mac barely staying alive. My opponent's not. Was going to say if he's not careful, his Tower Commander will get killed off. But yeah, still got a fair chunk of health left for a Tower Commander, I suppose. And yeah, my opponent on the right, unfortunately, managing to force my ally back using Torch Ramp by the Homunculus, and yeah, also getting the Archon squad out as well. So generally, being a pain in the ass to say the least. As for how we're going to react, looks like I've got a pile of guns, so we're getting bigger shooters for my shooter boys. And as for my ally, what is he doing? He's got his own pile of guns as well. And let's see, looks like he's going for a bit of a shooter heavy build himself, getting 2 squads of shooter boys. Both with big shooters, should I say, and yeah, just attaching his Big Mac to his Slugger Boys, which stands in contrast to what I'm doing, just attaching my Big Mac to my Shooter Boys and letting the Slugger Boys fend for themselves. So if you have a look at what's happening here, yeah, it looks like the opponents do have better map control, at least for the time being, but yeah, as you can see, my ally is starting to advance forward there, using the Slugger Boys with the attached Big Mac basically to act as a screen for the Shooter Boys, in which case there's not really much need for them to get Knob Leader, and in fact my ally can't even get that yet because he doesn't have enough Orc Pop. In my opinion, yeah, you'd want to get Knob Leaders attached, or rather not attached, rather added to troops that are near the front lines, as yeah, they basically got close combat weaponry, close combat weaponry to do with the opponents. They do have their own... Hell? No... Well, anyway, they do have their own ranged weaponry, of course, but yeah, it's pretty short range, especially compared to big shooters. So, and generally, you want shooter boys to be far behind enemy lines anyway. In any case, yeah, it looks like my listening post is still alive, amazingly, and I'm basically just delaying my opponents. From what I can tell, my shooter boys getting slowly taken out, and yeah, I really should have waited for my Storm Boys to come in before I sent in my troops piecemeal. So now, of course, sending the Storm Boys as well, losing a couple just like that. I actually got the stick bombs upgrade, research them, but yeah, then they basically get destroyed as well. Thankfully, it does buy more time for my Gretchen to keep preparing the listening post, and does keep my opponents from not firing at listening post for a bit while longer, and me saying I could do with help. Oh no, I should have just let my ally keep attacking though. Oh no, he's going to... Damn. Yeah, I think he's just going to retreat to try to help me, or maybe he's just trying to... Oh, interesting. Maybe he's retreating to help me, I'm not entirely sure. But in my opinion, he should have just kept attacking really, and just pressed on the initiative that he had there. But okay, maybe he's deciding just to attack the listening post of the opponent instead. But in either case, yeah, it definitely would be a bad idea for him to help me out at this moment. Of course, you know, they say hindsight is 50-50, not 50, yeah, actually, yeah, that's right, that's what they say, so hindsight is 50-50, or 20-20, that's what I meant. But yeah, at the time, though, of course, yeah, just noticed that I needed help more so than anything else, and yeah, of course, I should have been paying a bit more attention to what my ally was doing, as mentioned, to tear apart my opponent's base, my Dark Elder opponent's base. But as you can see, they are slowly starting to get closer and closer to my base, though. So if we're not careful, it could end up being a bit of a base trade situation. I've done basically what I could to delay the tower advance, but really should have been a bit better for my own counterattack. So you're saying, am I just going to find the base as one of ours? Yep, and I believe that's most likely what my ally is going to do. But if he's going to do that, he needs to act as quickly as humanly possible, or orcishly possible, as it were. And I can actually add a Knob Leader in as well. And yeah, this, what he's doing now, I suppose he could... Wow. Incredible. I suppose he could conceivably just let the Dark Elder opponent off the hook for the time being, because it has done quite a bit of economic damage. Actually, wow. Actually has one upgrade listing post, he's going to get a second upgrade listing post there, but so there we go. Yeah, he was planning to help me out there, but yeah, then decided to go back. So that sort of indecision can cost games, especially when you have critical things like base trades to deal with. Basically, put more of my bases destroyed than the Dark Elder's base, but yeah, basically now, as you can see, it's basically down to my ally, and yeah, basically to the Tau player at the top. I mean, it's not like as if the Dark Elder player is completely out of commission. He does have some troops compared to myself, who basically got none, but yeah, I mean, this isn't really much to compete with the Orcs. And there we go, also got the War Track coming in to... Okay, basically to transport Slugger Boys and Shooter Boys straight into the fray. A very interesting tactic, to say the least. Archon's actually going for the second squad of Shooter Boys, probably because they're not an extra transport. There we go. Also do have the interesting micro by Dyson, actually retreating his Slugger Boys and Shooter Boys rather than retreating the two Shooter Boys squads. Interesting. Yeah, so interesting. They should be able to do quite a bit of damage there, but actually it looks like my opponent, E4 C5, is actually doing a hell of a job in delaying my ally there. Also, yeah, forcing him to use a teleport on his sluggers. But yeah, my ally did manage to do quite a bit of economic damage. But yeah, as you can see, my base is starting to get slowly blown apart. My actually, not slowly, it has been pretty much completely blown apart. A couple of war banners remaining. Let's see, did I actually bother to save any builder units? I'm not entirely sure actually, but in any case, yeah, as you can see, my ally, sorry, is sending his squads back to do as much damage as possible, and there goes the Tower Commander getting killed off in midair. So very nice little attack by him, but yeah, I don't know, splitting up his troops like that, having Slugger Boys here, for example, and all that, don't really know if I'd agree with that. At the very least, he is forcing the Dark Elder guy to back off, but in my opinion, he probably should have just kept the pressure on the Dark Elder player, or possibly maybe just gone and routed his troops to the, rerouted his troops, should I say, straight to the Tower player's base, so he could at least do quite a bit of damage to the Tower and possibly get him to, interesting, get him to retreat and also lose a bit of time in the process as well, because basically his troops aren't doing anything. But yeah, unfortunately we've been a bit reactive ourselves, and yeah, as I did say, hindsight is 20/20. I don't know how I could possibly screw up that saying when I first said it, but okay. And well, there's Devilfishers actually falling to unmasked and entire infantry firepower. War trucks, also just a bad little vehicle, even just for fire support really. They have a decent amount of health. And yeah, the armor type I think is vehicle medium. I kind of wish it would say it in the game if it's vehicle medium or not, but well, what the hell, it's good nonetheless. So, if they're not careful though, they're going to get taken out, which certainly would not be too good. Also, for some reason, this Steelfish. Okay, never mind. Wow. Unfortunately for my opponent, for my ally, looks like the Tower guy does have a. Yeah, he does have. He did manage to take out the. Take out the Orcs' big mech then. Yeah, now his Devilfishers can basically keep attacking. And well, it looks like Lost is just spamming the crap out of those Devilfishers, and why not really? I mean, if they're not going to get sponsored by the Orc player, if he doesn't have the big mech there, then really there's only so much you can do against them. And yeah, I mean, these bloody Devilfishers, they do a pretty good amount of damage on their own really. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, they're almost like war trucks. Although thankfully at least their health isn't that great, so if they do when they do get detected, they can usually get taken out pretty quickly. But yeah, as you can see, the Dark Elder opponent is slowly recovering. On the other hand, I've been completely wiped out from the game pretty much. And in fact, where the hell? Oh, there we go. Actually, I'm managing to rebuild the HQ, but yeah, we're certainly at a market disadvantage in this case. I mean, it looks like Lost did manage to lose, I think, a couple of plasma generators, but yeah, his core structure still remained intact. His HQ is still there, the barracks, the tier 2 building, path to enlightenment, and his damn vehicle beacon as well. So definitely putting the screws on us. I'm actually capturing this critical location from under our opponent's noses, while my ally is deciding to go with a bit of a massed vehicle charge, which actually might not be such a bad idea. But the problem is that he still needs something to detect these damn Devilfishers, though, and also the stealth suits, because yeah, they're being upgraded with anti-vehicle weapons as well. And yeah, looks like I think they even used There's damn EMP grenades as well, which kind of sucks. Me basically being forced to retreat to this nice little strong point I've got here, which actually managed to hold out. And also got a nice little strong point here as well, but so nothing to write home about, to say the least. But I dare say we're probably screwed at this point, unless if my allies got something else in mind. Finally, he did actually bring his big mech into the fray. Probably should have actually sent it ahead of his vehicles, but oh, there we go. He does actually have tank busters, and they can at least do a good job in in knocking the fire warriors around. And there we go, finally managing to take out the devilfishes. One of the war trucks getting taken out. The second war truck is thankfully still alive, and yeah, these tank busters can at least make short work with the barracuda. So yes, thankfully can make use of our own anti-tank stealthed units rather than those damn stealths just jumping around and blasting the crap out of everything. But yeah, as you can see, Lost 69 being pretty good in his micro there, jumping his stealth suits around and taking out that last war track. But we might have a chance, but this, well, basically our victory is going to hinge on whether or not we can destroy our opponent's combined armies quickly enough and then counterattack and destroy one of their bases quickly enough before they can fully recover. And to be honest, I don't think that's going to happen at all. The remainder of our forces are slowly getting taken out. I actually do have my own big mech and slugger boys coming out, but yeah, now these tank busters getting blown to shreds as well. Yeah, I don't really see things looking up too much, to say the least. And yeah, especially these fire warriors and all that firing in the background. We actually do have scourges, even using the piercing vision ability to detect the tank busters there. That's how they managed to detect them. But they could have detected them with witches as well, which I thought they had. Oh, there they are. They're actually using them for capping. A bit of a well, in my opinion, not exactly great troop management there from the Dark Elder player, but what the hell, I mean, it's like as if they need to be absolutely perfect at this stage of the game. So we do manage to temporarily slow down the enemy at this strong point though, but that's just going to be, yeah, mostly just a delay at this point, although we do have war tracks being upgraded with bomb chuckers and such, so we might have a chance, maybe. Oh, there we go, my big mech actually had a shooter boys attached. I swear it was sluggers. It might have been sluggers, and the sluggers might have been taken out maybe, but wow. Oh dear indeed. And yeah, so I've just come back with shooter boys, and yeah, my big mech getting taken out then. Unfortunately, I didn't even get to teleport him the hell out of there. And well, these tank busters basically varying between getting detected and not detected. Me saying GG. My ally was presumably still in the game, but I decided just to call it quits at this point. Probably could have just stayed just to see what the hell would have happened, but nah. This amount of firepower, and of course not even having the full combined firepower against us even at that point, and that was enough to push us back. I would dare say, yeah, we probably wouldn't be able to do too much, but there you have it. It's not such a shabby little game. Played a bit better bus, but there you go. That's hindsight for you. So until next time, this has been David, just signing off.